Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to your tarot card reading for April 2023. This reading is a modified Celtic cross. Here lies the heart of the situation. On the left is the overview of the situation with past, present, and future positions. You are at the center with self being your perspective, day illuminating and providing clarity, night concealing and creating confusion. On the right, reflection is influenced by your environment. Hope includes your fears, and divine time reveals the outcome. I'm going to shuffle up some of these cards. And once I lay them out, I'll identify their positions and go through the meanings. Take with you whatever messages resonate and leave behind for others whatever does not. These cards provide perspective, but your choices and action reveal the truth of the situation. So here. All right. So here at the heart of the situation, you have the Ace of Swords and Air Spirit knowledge. How convenient. Right. In the past, you have Knight of Wands, present, death or birth, future, Devil, self, Six of Wands, day, the Hermit, night, the Emperor. In reflections, your environment, you have the Five of Wands, hopes and fears, you have the Ten of Wands, and the outcome, you have the Four of Swords. So here, there seems to be some type of kind of clarity or insight, something where you're going to have like an aha moment going on. In the past, this Knight of Wands, this kind of indicates, the energy of being excited about something, really going, for that adrenaline rush. In the present, there is some kind of transformation. Because of your perspective being the Six of Wands over here, it seems that this transformation is giving you either a lot of attention, notoriety. In the future, you have the Devil. So some type of situation, perhaps a person, but there is going to be kind of a temptation for illusions and temporary gratification or satisfaction. With the day providing clarity, you have the Hermit. So perhaps some time away from others to kind of reflect, doing something on your own, which might be good because here in the reflections in your environment, the Five of Wands, there seems to be conflict, competition, possibly chaos surrounding that. With night, it's kind of concealing, creating confusion. You have this Emperor card here. So possibly, issues of authority, dealing with, power struggles. In terms of your hopes and fears, you have the Ten of Wands, and it's kind of like doing everything on your own. With the outcome being the Four of Swords, it's a sense of needing that hermit time away from others to clear your head, to get some rest and, possibly deal with rising above and seeing something for what it is. So let's get clarification on this Ace of Swords. You have the Eight of Wands. So it could be that, you feel like things are happening around you that are kind of going too fast. You're trying to keep up with them, or things are going in a direction you want and in exactly where you want them to be. With this Knight of Wands, things happening fast, moving quickly, that's kind of something that perhaps was the point or the goal. So I'm going to clarify that. You have the Nine of Swords here. So it could be that in terms of all the, moving fast, this is kind of created fear and anxiety of some sort, possibly having to do with whether or not with this, things that are concealed, things that create confusion. This Emperor, I'm going to clarify this because it's a sense of like, as you're getting closer to reaching your goal, the thing that at first you were really wanting to go after is you're starting to kind of have thoughts that really aren't serving you in any way. So let's see what we might get with this Emperor, which is, the Emperor knows how to really have that Ace of Swords perspective, kind of rise above the situation and look at the grand scheme of things and see how things can play out, and who will be affected by how things play out, and who's going to win, who's going to lose, those types of things. So let's see what we have here with the Emperor. We have this Awakening card. So this is the equivalent of the Judgment card. And it seems like there is a need for a moment to honestly reflect at the situation you're in and look at the choices and decisions you made prior to that to see how you contributed to whatever the situation is at hand. And possibly even needing to step into a more, authoritative role, placing healthy boundaries between you and other people so that you're not necessarily taking on all their baggage and dealing with their conflicts. So let's see what is going on with this Death Rebirth right now. You have the Three of Cups. So the people that you're spending time with, whatever is happening, whatever transformation, it's either that you feel they're deeply involved in it or you are making them deeply involved in it. So let's take a look at I'm going to take a look at the Five of Wands in your environment, because basically that concept of the Six of Wands. So here you've got the Six of Wands is kind of like victory, success, and being acknowledged for that. And it's like the Five of Wands are the people like in the crowd are recognizing you. So, but here, this Day card where you're going to get clarity is for you withdrawing, and the outcome is you kind of withdrawing from like the mental chatter of other people. So I'm going to take a look at the Five of Wands here. We have this Perspective card. This is equivalent to the Hanged Man. So it seems like the people who are around you, that are influencing you, perhaps that you are kind of seeing yourself in them, or kind of gauging yourself by seeing what they're doing. They're not necessarily in a place where they know exactly what's happening for them as well. They might need to take some time to figure things out and are really just going off some type of ego, or trying to they have a goal in place and maybe they don't even know themselves why it's there, but it's kind of they're blindly doing what they're doing because that's what they know how to do. And so they need to get a sense of perspective and reflect as well. But let's see how it contributes to this Six of Wands. You have the Embodiment of Wands. This is equivalent to the King of Wands. So here, this could be a person possibly in your environment that you're trying to get approval from, but it more seems like, maybe the people that you're surrounded by, you're all struggling and learning, competing to become, in the spotlight. It's making me think of like an American Idol or The Voice singing competition, something along those lines, where you are really recognizing your abilities, your desires, and you kind of are more focused on what your goal is, and possibly need to kind of recognize how to use that power to your advantage more, so that you aren't taking on so much and possibly getting sucked into other people's dramas. So let's take a look at this devil card over here in the near future. You have the devil card. Okay, double devils. So it may be double devils. Can I even say double devils? I can't even say double devils. Okay, it may be two devils have shown up because it's not necessarily clear to you that it's not for your best and highest good. Something that, the devil, that energy on its own is kind of giving up your power, giving into something, not necessarily looking at the long term or what is for your best and highest good, kind of like doing something now. But it's almost like being aware of it. But it's kind of like if you have, not saying you would do this, but an example would be if there is an exam that you need to taking the bar exam, and you spend all night partying and not getting a minute of sleep, and just popping a bunch of pills to stay awake and taking an exam knowing that you have no rest. It's like that's devil energy, where your partying, staying up is affecting your ability to focus and take a test. But with this two devils, it's a sense of doing something where you think it's for your best, and it ultimately isn't. So what would that be? Like if you're lost and you are walking down the street and someone is like, hey, you want to ride somewhere? And you're like, yes, this is great. I'm going to get in your car. You're going to help me. And then that person like takes you and you're never seen again. So not saying that's going to happen, but that's like a concept of not necessarily seeing something for what it is, which could be why this Ace of Swords and this knowledge thing is really important, and needing to take some time for yourself to figure out what is real to you. So I'm going to clarify this. Hermit, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Interesting. So it's almost a sense of you recognize this change is happening. You recognize in this present sense that what's going on, it is affecting your connections with others around you. It is making it that there's almost like a hierarchy being established, and there's going to be ups and downs. It's almost as if you're recognizing your luck is changing for the better. You are kind of like accomplishing things with this. It's like being a visionary leader, really following what your passions are, and needing to take time out to kind of see where you kind of fit. No, not where you fit in others' lives, where others fit into your life. And with this double devil, it could be that there's no way to avoid that situation. It's part of your journey, and that you need to kind of figure that out to like learn a certain lesson, possibly about, power and authority. So let's take a look at the 10 of Wands, which is your hopes and fears. You have the 7 of Cups, which are can be illusions, can be daydreaming, and it could be like a lot of choices. But it seems like if you're trying to hold on to everything, so that you have options, potentials, then you're going to be taking on too much. So let's see about the 4 of Swords. You have the Inspiration of Pentacles. That is the equivalent to the Page of Pentacles. And this is like basically like I get a sense of recognizing or getting a new appreciation for who you are and what you accomplish, a sense of self-worth, and not necessarily needing to define yourself by anyone else's requirements. So it's also like this concept of Ace of Swords and this knowledge. It's a sense for you to kind of, when everything is moving forward at a certain pace, to have that inner knowing to kind of pause and let things happen and kind of say, hey, that's not exactly what I want to do. And I'm going to see what's best for me. And it might not be going along with everything else. It might be taking some time out on the side over here. And story real quick. This is reminding me of a situation when I was traveling in Ecuador and hanging out with people where I didn't know Spanish very well. And I'd been out with them and it was late and we came up on a fountain. It was kind of like a big fountain. And the three of us were walking together and there was someone coming from the opposite direction. And I was thinking, I don't know who this is. They probably know who this person is. And I don't really have the mental energy to try to engage in Spanish and do the translation. So I'm going to go this way by myself around the fountain at night. And the other two people went the other way. And when they were talking to this individual, I just assumed it was a friend that they knew since I was from out of town. And I see one of the people I knew gave this guy like a friendship bracelet. And I was like, oh, I guess, he wants his friendship bracelet back. And then we kind of met up. It was a huge fountain. Once we met up around the fountain, I was told that those two people had been robbed at knife point. So I, just because I didn't feel like doing what the crowd was doing, went right while they went left and was not robbed, thankfully. So that's the kind of vibe I'm getting from this reading here, Gemini. So I'm going to go ahead and close off. You have Rainbow Waterfall Miracles. So I get a sense of you are this aha moment. You are recognizing your talent, your skills, that you are like glowing up, and that you need to really take time for you to recognize that, and how that really puts things in perspective for you in terms of what it is that you want to hold on to, what is it that you need to walk away from, and what it is that you're willing to put on your plate, and what it is that you're going to say no to so you can focus on investing in yourself. So I hope this reading provides a helpful perspective of your month. We'll see you next time. Take care.